This week we're catching up with Metro Council President Markus Winkler. He represents District 17, that's in far eastern Jefferson County, including parts of Middletown, Pewee Valley, Fincastle neighborhood, and Anchorage. So let's start with the work happening in your district to help pedestrians get around a little bit better. Yeah, we've got a lot of exciting sidewalk projects coming. Part of the budget this year and then previous ARP allocations, we're putting a multi-use path in Tom Sawyer Park. And so that'll actually connect Tom Sawyer. You'll have contiguous sidewalk all the way into downtown from Tom Sawyer Park once that path is completed. Wow. So that's pretty exciting. We've got a walking path that's going in Berrytown Park. And we've got some additional sidewalk improvements coming on around Hounds Lane Park as well. So that's going to be huge. Do you think you might test it out, Tom Sawyer to downtown, just see how it goes? You know, it's we may not make it the whole way in one stretch, but we'll give it a good effort. It's a good answer. Okay. What about traffic updates? I know you guys have a lot of road work going on. Yeah, I mean the number one thing that I hear from constituents is traffic, particularly on Westport Road. We've had a multi-year effort there to drive both safety and traffic flow improvements. We added a right turn lane at Chamberlain Road that was completed earlier this year. We're about to complete an extension of the right turn lane going into Hurstbourne Lane. Those were the top two projects on a study that was done to improve the flow. Then the other thing that both pedestrians and drivers are really going to notice is there's a whole new series of controllers that are being installed at all of the intersections there that allow traffic control to be managed from downtown. So a lot of people don't know, most of the traffic signals in Jefferson County today, when they want to change the timing, an engineer has to get in his or her car, drive out to the site and change it there, right? They're not connected to the internet. And so these controllers provide that sort of connectivity, which just allows for much more efficient operation and modifications by staff. So in some of those spots, if they can see traffic building up, they can real time flip the lights a little bit. Correct, and better adjust to, if you have a shift change at Ford, for example, that's, an employer that lets out right onto Westport Road. If they make a slight modification to their shift, we have to send somebody physically out to drive to Chamberlain and Westport, change the controller. Those clocks drift over time as well, and so then things get out of sequence, and all of that can then be managed centrally from a computer. Excellent. When might people start to notice some of those changes? I think that work is starting in very short order. I don't know the exact time of when the connectivity happens, but I think certainly by the fall we'll be well on our way. Okay, something to look forward to if you live out there and hate that traffic. Thank you so much for coming on today.